Hello.
Oh, hello, Spike. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing pretty all right.
Hello, chat. I've never said hello, chat in an ironic way or unironic. I forgot which one it was, but yeah. Seeing
Yeah.
as no one's joined, or not very many, sorry. I'm curious. I'm not very political. I'm quite apolitical, but
Sure.
even though I help run a political server, I know it's funny. I have a question for you.
Mhm.
What intrigues you about socialism in comparison to other political ideologies?
Sure. So I like socialism because it's the ownership of the means of production by the workforce, right? So the people who do the work get to own the means by which they work. That's what socialism ultimately is and comes down to. And being a worker myself, I think it would be neat if I had more of a say, more of a pull in my workplace, and we're able to, kind of set some terms, like I would have a say. I would have my little share of the pie, right? And then I actually am invested in this company. I have partly ownership of it. So like I get a fair cut, you know? And so that's what I like about it, because right now what's happening is, I make $41 an hour, which is nothing to spit at, mind you. It's pretty good money. But ultimately, my betters are making $60 an hour off of me. So they're profiting by essentially not doing anything. Like, I'm not saying they do absolutely nothing, but like the work that they do is largely just overhead and paperwork. So it's a lot of extra bullshit when it could just be as simple as, we have a nursing agency, I'm one of the nurses, I go there, make whatever money I make, and keep what I earn.
All right, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not super educated on very many ideologies, so I get other people's opinions on them, so that kind of just shapes my view of them. But usually I try to stay neutral, unless there's like obvious evidence of a certain ideology being terrible, fascism.
Well, I wouldn't consider fascism itself an ideology. It's more like just a collection thereof of like certain traits of various ideologies. But that's, getting nitpicky.
Yeah, okay.
Alec, I was on Joe Von Bradley's channel, YouTube chat, and the mod. The Aki Dearest Queen got upset because I was notifying people of the majority report. The ACA/Obamacare has been a social benefit. It could be way better if we all had Medicare for all, which is socialism, and socialism is good. I don't know that Medicare for all is necessarily socialism. It's a socially positive policy, but socialism just refers to like the economic system by which we, the workers democratically own the means of production. But a lot of people do consider that policy to be socialist because, like, when we say socialist, we just mean progressive. Yeah,
Aside
socialism
from
good.
yeah, aside from politics, what intrigues you about streaming?
About streaming, I don't know. I used to be in the let's play industry. That was where I got my start. And so this YouTube channel actually has like 11-year-old videos of me trying to be a let's player, which are very bad and you should not watch them. But now that I've said that, people probably will.
What's up, guys? Today I will be playing the Chronicles of Stinky Bean.
But yeah, that's how I got my start. But I didn't like the format. Like, I didn't like sitting there in front of nobody, talking to nothing while I played. Now, I could probably do that today. Like, I have a much easier time doing that. But I think talking to people directly is so cool. Just being able to speak my mind and then immediately people just hear what I'm saying and respond to it. It's nice. It's immediate gratification for my ADHD brain. I think that's why people with ADHD are often streamers, or vice versa. Streamers are often people with ADHD. Because it's immediate gratification. So it's a little bit of a shallow answer, but I like content creation a lot, and this is just the medium through which I find the most happiness doing it.
Yeah, like a lot of kids' dream jobs when they were younger is to become like a huge popular YouTuber. I was one of those kids, and I kind of just strayed away from that after a while. But I did post some YouTube videos which are VR stuff. I don't really want to tell people what it is because they're kind of crap, but whatever. Aside from that, I eventually
They're
got
probably not crap.
into, well, they're not terrible. They're just
There you go.
it's like young people humor, because I was like, I don't know, I forgot how old they are, like 4 years old, so I was a lot
Okay.
younger. But
Gotcha.
yeah, it's still kind of funny looking back at them and seeing what I did and laughing at like my humor back then,
Yeah,
But
I do.
yeah, but I eventually got into coding, and that's where I am now. I'm a game dev. I haven't really posted any games, but I'm developing games is the point. And I started out doing as like the hard stuff first, and that kind of made me not want to do coding. And then I got into a computer programming class, and I did like I was one of the best students, and that's where I am now. I'm so proud of myself for taking that class, and that's where I am now. So I kind of just shared a lot about myself, but you know,
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
yeah.
That's awesome.
What
So you're a really
does
good programmer then.
I'm okay. Like in comparison to other programmers, not as
That's how I know
good,
you're
but
great.
okay. Thank you.
Mm.
But in comparison to a lot of other programmers, I'm not that good. But I would
Oh,
say I'm doing really well and I'm learning really fast. If I put my
okay.
mind to it, I learn.
Okay, sure, but compared to other streamers, I'm not as good, and I still consider myself to be pretty good. You know, I'm never gonna be the best, but
I said you were pretty good as a streamer, just because I don't know what metric streamers measure themselves by.
most measure themselves by the number of follows and views. I try to just be myself. You know, like if I'm on here constantly worried about how many people are, like I find myself glancing over at the number still, even now. I got 19 people watching on YouTube. Probably like 2 if I'm lucky on Twitch. Here, let me check actually. But my point is, like, I try not to worry too much about it because I just enjoy being here. I enjoy having at least a few people here to talk to, and as long as I have that, I'm good. Like a lot of people really like, and me myself included, I would love, don't get me wrong, I would love to blow up into one of those enormous streamers like Hassan Piker, right? But like at the same time, you know, there is something special about being just at this size. You get to see all the chat messages. You get to respond to everybody. It feels like a little community. And I fear that when it gets that big, it becomes more parasocial. You start to lose that intimacy, you know. Oh, I got 4 viewers on Twitch. What do you know? But yeah, that's how people usually measure themselves. But I just measure it by how much fun I'm having.
That's
That's fair.
understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm always having fun. So
So
I'm always a great streamer.
yeah, streamers like although I don't watch streamers and I don't really understand the appeal of watching streamers for like 5 hours straight, there's a lot of really funny clips that come from streamers, which I get. That makes me understand why people like to watch them.
Right.
But that's just me. Other people are different and they'll watch people for however long. But yeah. Anyways, it was fun talking to y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much
Yeah.
for
I hope so.
joining in. I had a fun conversation.
Of course. I hope someone else joins. See ya.
They will. We'll get more. Hi, thanks so much for watching and making it to the end of the video. I just wanted to let you all know that I love and appreciate everybody in my community, whether you can support me financially or just by liking, commenting, and sharing my videos. It helps way more than you know. That being said, I do want to give a very special thanks to my tier 4 subs, which would be Space Timid and Hot Take Andy. And thanks so much to my monetary subscribers from any of the tiered subs or anybody who gives me money in any form, including going to my Patreon shop, donating money to me directly. It all helps way more than you know. If you do decide to help me financially, you can get some really cool perks like early access to content, exclusive access to censored videos, also some really cool badges next to your name. Even if you can't afford a monetary subscription, just watching, sharing, and commenting on my content helps way more than you know. Thanks again, and I will see you all in the next video.